As a practicing attorney, I get questions all the time from high school students or college students wondering, how do you get into law school? So they ask me, do you need all A's to get into law school? What classes should I be taking in high school or college so that I can prepare myself for law school? Do I need internships? How do you write a compelling personal statement that gets you into law school? So I'm going to discuss some of those answers to the questions, and you'll be surprised at some of the answers as well. Hi YouTubers, it's LaRita with TXC Tells All. Before I get into 5 tips for high schoolers or college students who want to get into law school, I'm going to remind you to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so that you're the first to see content from us when we post every Sunday. Okay, so the first tip is for those ambitious high schoolers who already know they want to go to law school. I was you. I knew I wanted to get there. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I knew I wanted to go. So this is before YouTube was popular. I was the first in my family to go to law school. So there was really no one to talk to ask questions about what can I do to prepare myself. But someone said, hey, you should take Latin because Latin is used a lot in the law, which it is. And taking that class will help prepare you for some of the things that you'll encounter in law school. I would say this word of advice. Take Latin if you're going to do well in Latin. For me personally, I learned Latin. That wasn't my best class, and it did prepare me a little bit for law school, but I don't think I would have been lost had I not taken Latin. So I'll say take it with a grain of salt in regards to taking Latin as a course in high school. There are other courses you can take, but Latin is hit or miss. Okay, so I heard some college students talking, and they were so distraught because one of them didn't get into the internship at a law firm that they were aiming for. And they thought their law school dreams were over. Well, let me tell you right now that myth is debunked right here. Not getting a law firm internship before law school does not sink your law school application. There are other ways, other experiences you can have to help you prepare you for law school. And having that law firm job is not going to say, okay, my law school dreams are over. So in college, my major was in political science and my minor was in criminal justice. And so everybody wants to know, what do you need to minor in? What do you need to major in order to do well in law school or to get into law school? And to be honest, when I got to law school, everyone in my class had different majors. Yes, a lot of them was in political science or criminal justice, but there were some other majors like English majors, African American history majors, business majors. And so there are a variety of experiences that you can still bring to the table. And it doesn't have to be a set major that would say, okay, if you don't have this, you're not getting into law school. I will say that some of my political science teachers and criminal justice teachers, their teaching style did prepare me for law school. One professor in college, I think he was a criminal justice class. He was an attorney himself. He used the cold calling method or the Socratic method that they used in law school, where basically they call you out and you better be prepared. LaRita, tell me the issue. LaRita, tell me the facts of the case. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why does he call on me all the time? It's other people in this class. Why is he giving me such a hard time? But little did I know he was preparing me for what you will be getting in law school. And so I didn't appreciate it at the time, but shout out to him for preparing me and me not even appreciating it during the part of it, but appreciating it now. Okay, a little word of advice on personal statements and how to make yours compelling. So some people feel like, oh, I don't have a father or an aunt or a mother that has been a lawyer. How do I get these people to say that I'm good enough for their law school? I think your more compelling statement would be for those of you who have made struggles, who don't have a silver spoon in their mouth, who said, I'll be the first in my family to do this, who have great ambition of what they'll do with their degree after law school to help people. The admissions directors are looking for people who they say, okay, they're going to go on to be great in life. And they want you to brag that you went to their law school once you graduate. And so you want to give them a door into your life. Tell them, hey, I worked through college. I didn't have the typical college experience. I had to work and support myself. It shows that you are a strong person and that you can get through challenges because you're sure enough going to see those in law school. When you're actually drafting your personal statement, make sure you run it by somebody else. Run it by a professor that you trust, a family member that you think is good at writing, because you need a second set of eyes. For me, that was my cousin. She's a genius, and she helped me write my personal statement so that I can be appealing to the law schools I was applying to. So I wrote it out, gave it to her, she redlined it, and I did it again. So this is going to be an experience in itself, just writing the personal statement. Don't write something and say, okay, it's done, and submit it. That's probably the bad idea. So get somebody to look at it to help you walk it through. Basically, tell a story about yourself. This is your time to be a storyteller, and let the admissions director say, hey, seems like a good person. This person seems like they'll do well in law school, succeed, pass the bar, go on to be somebody great. Okay, so last word of advice. Do you need all A's in high school and college to get into law school? I would say no. Why? Because I didn't have all A's and I still got into law school. Now, of course, it wouldn't hurt you, but I don't want anyone to stress over it or feel like they have to throw their law school dreams out the window because they don't have all A's. It's a total package thing. And so if you have a certain amount of grades and you have a certain amount of experiences and your personal statement is tight, then those are the things that are going to get you into law school, not just the fact that you don't have all A's. Okay, to sum it up, you do need to plan for your future. Good luck to those high school students and college students who are already thinking about law school. Plan for the future, but don't have anxiety over it. Some of the things that you don't even know that you have talents in will serve you well in law school and in life in general. Do your best, and hopefully I'll see you as a colleague in a few years.